We went on one of the most popular excursions in Roatan, but was it worth the hype? Ahoy, travelers! It's Amy with Cruising from the Ozarks, and I hope that you are ready to see some monkeys and one really cute sloth. Not only is holding a sloth one of the most popular excursions in Roatan, it is one of three excursions on my Caribbean cruise bucket list. And since I have already swam with dolphins, finally getting to hold a sloth means my bucket list is now down to just swimming with stingrays. I booked our tour through shoreexcursioneer.com and only have great things to say about them as they called me within minutes of a booking snafu and they had it corrected immediately. Like most of these companies, they work with local tour groups, and our tour was with Henry Tours, where we had our own private tour guide. The tour we booked was a rum tasting and chocolate factory tour with monkey sloth experience added on. We were able to see a lot of the island as we were driven from one location to another. It is seriously beautiful there, but it is an eye-opening experience to drive by the local dump site and see all of these people pulling items from the dump that they resell and recycle, or see small rundown homes that are considered the good area for locals. There often seems to be such a contrast between the natural beauty of the island and the poverty that many of those living there are forced to endure. I often wonder what those islands would be like without the money tourism brings to the area. Our guide took us to Manawakie Park, which is a sanctuary mainly for monkeys and sloths. I was a little concerned when we first arrived because I assumed we would be taken to the only sanctuary I had been familiar with, a very popular one for tours. But I'm glad our guide chose Manawakie instead, because this was a newer, smaller, and less known sanctuary. We were given personal service with our own private guide at the sanctuary and as much time with the animals as we wanted. We were never rushed. Not only do they have birds and animals to interact with, but they provided us background on the history of Roatan, and they had a small gift shop area and even some food and drink available. Our first stop was the monkey enclosure, where we basically became an interesting jungle gym for the white-faced capuchin monkeys, where they would jump on and off us over and over again. They were very interested in my hat and earrings. I was almost immediately peed on, which everyone kept trying to tell me was good luck, but I am pretty sure it's just something that they say to keep tourists from getting upset. Of course, I grew up on a farm, so I was prepared when I went on an excursion that included being around animals. I knew what to expect. I had worn a hat to protect my hair and had wipes in my backpack. Somehow, I seemed to be the one blessed by all the animals, though. I was glad to see that the sanctuary was a responsible one, even though it was definitely smaller. They had the newer rescued monkeys in a separate enclosure while they were being seen by vets, getting all their shots, and going through a quarantine period before being exposed to the other monkeys or to guests. After spending some time with the monkeys, we were introduced to the sanctuary's scarlet macaw, Nina, who seemed to have free reign to go wherever she wanted. I've always been fascinated with birds, and being that close to such a giant, beautiful bird was amazing. When our guide put Nina down to walk around, she became very interested in my toenail polish and bit one of my toes before she could be stopped. Luckily, she didn't draw blood, but it did leave a mark, and it hurt. Her beak is designed to crack open nuts, so I'm just glad my toe survived her fascination with my coral nail polish. Before I get to the highlight of our trip, I would like to ask that if you enjoy this video, maybe even learn something, be sure to let us know by commenting and giving this video a thumbs up. It only takes a second, and doing so helps cruisers like you find us. Finally, we got to the highlight of our cruise, getting to hold a sloth. The sanctuary has several of them, so no one sloth spends so much time being handled by guests. Our sloth was a beautiful male named Flash. Flash, Flash, 100-yard dash. The hair on his back was actually wiry to the touch, but the rest was softer. I didn't have to worry about flash peeing on me like the monkeys or biting on me like the macaw, though. It seems that the sloths are slow about everything, as we were told that they only come down from their trees once a week for a 30-minute bathroom break. Part of the benefit of going to a smaller sanctuary was all the time we were given to hold Flash, basically as much as we wanted. I held him, I rocked him as I petted his back. We had a good laugh about it, as the handler said that most women tend to rock the sloths like they're babies. I had seen stories from others who visited the other popular monkey sloth sanctuary saying that they were not allowed to touch the sloths. Guests are lined up as the sloths are passed from one guest to the next, basically long enough to hold them for a photo. My mother heard from someone on our cruise who said that when they got to that sanctuary, they were told they were too late in the day to hold a sloth because there had been too many guests that morning. And while I'm glad that they didn't put the sloths through too much exertion with guests to the sanctuary, I cannot imagine how disappointing that would be. Like, that could be that woman's only time going to the island and getting a chance to really interact with a sloth. I would definitely recommend looking into Manawakie Park if you are stopping at Roatan and looking to spend some time with monkeys and sloths. They may be a small sanctuary, but you're going to enjoy your time with the animals. I know we're already planning to go back this fall. Let me know in the comments if you've ever been lucky enough to hold a sloth or have a monkey pee on you. Why not stick around and check out this video on ethical animal encounters and then come back for more information designed to help you have an amazing cruise. Have a blessed week, everyone.